Hello everybody, Pineaaronapple here, and let me ask you, are you willing to fall in love with a pervert as long as she's a cutie? Because that is what today's show is about. Hensuki, or are you willing to fall in love with a pervert as long as she's a cutie, is an adaptation of Tomo Hanama's books of the same name. The anime is produced by Geek Toys Incorporated, who have made basically nothing else at all. Except for however I pronounce rewrite it. This show revolves around Keiki Kiryu, a second-year high school student who is left an anonymous love letter with a pair of panties. What the fuck? The show entails him as he solves the mystery of which one of the girls around him was the one who left it. Without further ado, this is Hensuki, or as I call it, a fucking mess. So, we open with... shit, I put High School DxD on by mistake. And already the horoscope correspondent is onto the story.
Libras, watch out. You might have a terrible day. A sudden request for a favor may throw you...
I really want a girlfriend.
Our main character Keiki is summoned to his club room. This is the calligraphy club, where all the characters that we're about to be introduced to will either join or be related to in some way. Through the opening, we see all our main characters bonding. Woohoo! But as Keiki leaves and returns to his club room, he enters to find the aforementioned love letter, and we're introduced to our candidates of our game show. Who left the letter? I don't think that name will catch on. Our first contestant, Sayuki Tokihara, third-year student and president of the calligraphy club. Second contestant, Yuika Koga, first-year student and a member of the library committee, whatever that is. Third, Mao Nanjo, second-year student, wears her socks in the weirdest way possible. Fourth, Mizuha Kiryu, sister of the main character and a second-year student, and it definitely won't be her. Right? I'll just put her over here. Who of these girls was the one who left the love letter to Keiki? Well, I'm not gonna tell you right now. We've got the whole show to go through it. Keiki walks up to his mate Shoma Akiyama. I only took but the best aspects of these characters, so I'll sum them up with one word: lolicon. They discuss our candidates, and Shoma dubs the mystery woman
Undirella, then.
What does Undirella mean?
You know, like Cinderella. She just happened to drop her underwear instead of a glass slipper.
That's a terrible name!
Wow. Amazing. They narrow it down to the four girls mentioned earlier, but when Keiki sees his sister among them, he is quick to discard her from the running, because we've never seen Japan do anything like that before.
That's gonna be a yikes from me, dog.
After encountering each of the girls, he gets absolutely fucking nowhere, except that Yuika has an inferiority complex towards Saiki because...
Massive the Honka Bankaloo's.
And he dies.
Was she watching Shoma? I'm not sure.
Keiki! Holy shit, you fucking killed her, dude!
Keiki finds Saiki looking after a lost dog. They find its owner, and Saiki says she envies that. What is she referring to? It's up to interpretation, but knowing anime, I doubt it was about having someone to love. Then she asks Keiki to pat her head. Weird. She kisses him. Let's move on. Later on, Keiki asks his sister who she thinks was the one that left the room last, as that would be the prime opportunity to leave that note. She responds with Saiki, so Keiki goes to confront her. While muttering to himself, he decides to ask her out to see if he could get any information out of her. But she overhears him talking. She agrees and they go out for parfait. She tells him what she's grateful for, like it's Thanksgiving or something, because who cares about character development?
I'm really grateful for everything you've done. After all, if it wasn't for you, the calligraphy club would have had to disband.
He does the same, and eventually he asks whether or not she's hiding something from him. Maybe it's feelings for him. In embarrassment, she runs away. It takes him all day, but eventually, after a pep talk from Nanjo, he finds her and low-level Cicada blocks her. And it turns out that she is hiding something from him. I mean, he asks in the most roundabout way, but she asks whether or not she hates him for it. He says no, and the next day they meet in the club room. Turns out that a secret is not what we were thinking. This happens? After this, Keiki understandably freaks the fuck out, as he accepted her for being the one who left the letter. Not that she was a secret masochist into pet play.
Oh, slow down, sister! What exactly do you mean by pet?
Just what it sounds like. I want you to own me and treat me like an animal.
Wow, perfect. You rephrased it and I'm still completely lost.
Anyway, Keiki is told by a teacher that when he left the room after gaining the love letter, he left the door unlocked. Since he knows he locked it before leaving, he deduces that the love letter candidate must have been hiding in the room somewhere when he found the letter. Nanjo becomes a tsundere, and Keiki decides to investigate Yuika and gets assaulted by Sayuki, looking for punishment. Ugh. Yuika is about ready to throw hands and gets angry that Keiki has gone on a date with Sayuki, and she tsunderes away.
Okay, that was all on you, buddy. You're so dumb sometimes.
Yuika asserts that the only way for her to forgive Keiki is to take her out on a date instead of Sayuki. Keiki gets some tips from his sister, and the date commences. They do some dumb shit, quite entertaining, and towards the end of the day, Yuika starts getting harassed by some assholes that Chris Hansen would have a field day with. As thanks for saving her, she gives Keiki a kiss on the forehead, and Yuika leans on him as they leave. Yay! Progression! We are given some backstory on why they're so close. Due to her non-Japanese qualities, she was pushed away by others, only connecting with him. As Keiki gets a message from Koga to meet him in the library, this thing happens.
This is totally suspicious. Like, right?
Oh, you know it, girl. She's like so gonna confess to you.
Like, OMG!
I'm so proud and so jealous.
But you get so much more tail than me.
And then, when they meet, we get our second ridiculous development. Koga is obsessed with being Keiki's master and engaging in S&M play with him. What the fuck? To start off episode 3, we get a creepy storybook analogy for Yuika's feelings towards Keiki. And then we're thrown into what his life is like now. Constant depression and manipulation. On the mystery side of things, since neither of the previous girls fit the bill, Keiki deduces the next likely candidate would be Nanjo. But unfortunately, before he can continue that thought, his PTSD is triggered. And I just love Keiki's line deliveries and comedic timing.
Doesn't their love story make your heart pound with excitement?
Oh, it's pounding, all right. You want to slap my ass with a whip?
And Jesus, this girl needs some sort of authorities called on her because she starts thinking Stockholm Syndrome to be the only answer to get Keiki to return her feelings. So he gets the fuck out of there, but is drawn right back by threats from Sayuki, and nope, this does not get less creepy.
Welcome back, Master. I've missed you.
Right. Maybe I'll just change my name.
Let's move on. Keiki is confronted by his inner demons and once again gets the fuck out of there. The next day, Keiki starts to suspect Nanjo. Then, when lured away by Yuika, he ends up tied to a chair.
Oh, look, I am tied up.
With Yuika. It does not end well. But before it gets too much for YouTube, Saiki bursts in to save him. She doesn't. But Nanjo gets the job done after walking in and dragging him the fuck out of there. And well, Nanjo's feelings are complicated. And is bothered by the fawning the others are doing. What could this mean? It's a goddamn romantic comedy. I think we know what this means. After their previous conversation, Nanjo becomes more cold and distant, and Keiki tries to talk to her, but he's interrupted by Yuika. Then Sayuki. Both are concerned by their position and want Keiki to talk to Nanjo and hold off on their tendencies.
Holy crap, so you do have some common sense.
From this point onward, I promise to not make advances on you out in the open.
Huh, wow.
Instead, I'll just do it in private. How's that sound? Good?
Huh, Wow.
Nanjo and the boys decide to go hang out, and we get a little more insight on what Nanjo wants. Also, this stuffed penguin is awesome. Like, I want one. It starts raining, so they take shelter and dry off. They fight over what's been happening, but quickly sort it out. For a second, it looks like Nanjo might be crushing on Shoma. That would explain a lot. And then she runs away. Why does everyone just run away? Kiki's done it like 7 times. Can they do anything else? Can they talk like human beings that are trying to fuck each other's brains out? After some shenanigans at school, she goes to Nanjo and asks her to be friends again. He tells her he would do anything for her to forgive him, so she asks for a relationship. But not with her, instead for him to date Shoma? Turns out she's an avid writer of yaoi manga and changes personality types through her glasses. The show is only 4 episodes in and I'm at my breaking point. Though it turns out this was a ploy to disregard showing her true feelings towards him, whatever they may be. We know what they are. So just as he thinks all players are out of the game, he gets another letter. Inside is a photograph of him and Psyche's weird stuff last episode. He's boned. There is a letter enclosed with the picture for him to immediately come to a room covered in photographs and is cornered by a girl in a hoodie. Anyway, back to the creepy bullshit. I don't want to talk about it, especially as the girls start bonding over Nanjo's book, accompanied by the best line in the episode.
Besides, you of all people have no right to talk about my pickle.
Then, finally, we get thrown back to the beginning of the episode. I wonder what all the photos on the wall are about. This girl is in love, but not with Keiki. Oh, look, we get to see what all the photos are. It's Shoma. A lot and a lot of Shoma. This is Koharu Otori, and she is using her leverage to have Keiki be her wingman to seduce Shoma. Turns out Shoma had met her previously. When she'd lost her hat, he gave it back to her because she's short and couldn't reach it, I guess? She's a year ahead of both of them, which is why he's not after her, because of his kink we talked about before.
Yeah, I'm a 3rd-year upperclassman.
Huh? What? I'm sorry. Say that again.
Okie dokes. I am a full grade ahead of both you and my love. I look young, but I'm older than you.
Ah! No way!
Keiki leaves to hang out with her sister and reminisces about doing shit for her. You know, sibling stuff. No! Keiki's sister gives him an idea. In the summer, all the girls' uniforms are the same, bar the ribbon. So, as long as the ribbon is hidden, Shoma will never know Koharu's true identity or age. Shoma has a decent reaction.
What an angel. Can I take her home with me?
How about you calm your tits?
And it works for the most part. Koharu decides as payback for Keiki's help, she would assist him in the underwear case.
Cool.
She gives the amazing advice of, look for someone else, idiot, it's clearly not the other 3. They narrow it down to being someone in the same building, so Keiki goes to the club room to ask club members if they might have seen something. And he does the only sane thing.
Welcome back, Master.
I was bored, so I thought I'd make her wear a maid outfit this
Because
time.
she was a glutton for
Don't stare at me like that. I'm so embarrassed.
Not gonna learn anything useful there.
When going to see the teacher who saw the unlocked door, he runs into the school council vice pres. This is Ayano Fujimoto, who almost dies as Keiki catches her falling down the stairs. They have a moment and she refuses to get off of him. Not another one. Keiki continues his original plan and talks to the teacher, and is surprised to find out that the only other student around was Fujimoto. While pondering why she would have been there, she appears and asks to repay Keiki for saving her. So she gives him cookies and violates social distancing. Yuika assaults Keiki again.
You generic male protagonist!
Ah, balls.
After some botched courtroom proceedings, Fujimoto makes up an excuse to appear inside the clubroom and asks Keiki to assist with some litter picking up, while Sayaki endeavors to scare off Fujimoto. Okay, I think we found best girl. The only one without a kink. Hopefully. Oh, no. I've let my guard down. It's going to be much worse than the others, isn't it? Some licking and some smooth jazz later, Sayaki somehow triggers a flashback and to Keiki's creepy grandpa, who so he spanks her. Yep, yeah, that's what I'm getting out of this. Oh God. Uh, uh. Fujimoto falls over again, and Keiki offers his jumper. She smells instead of wearing it. Let's move on. More suspicion is placed on her when they notice, while she was in the clubroom, she was staring at the lockers, where they thought she must be hiding. She does the utmost to get him in the mood, and she falls asleep. And he wakes up to Fujimoto between his legs. Honestly, not as bad as I was expecting. And this explains her other odd behavior, as she was looking at the clubroom lockers to snag any clothes that he might have stored there with sweat and smell and shit. Yeah, I think this is all I can take for one video.
Hey everybody, it's me, Pineaaronapple, after editing this nightmare. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, give it a like. If you want to see some more stuff like this, then subscribe to the channel, because I'm hoping to do some more. Part 2 will be along in a while. So, yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.